Welcome back to our second match of Card Sharks here on Game Show Night here with the girls in dresses. Congratulations to our returning champion Gengaming, who had a very successful first try at the bonus round. He's won $10,995 or 10,995 rupees, including a brand new car. And his opponent for this next game of Card Sharks is also going to be making his Card Sharks debut and Game Show Night debut. It is a successful businessman. How are we doing today, successful businessman?
Uh, Unlucky.
Unlucky. Well, that's not the kind of attitude you want to have here in Card Sharks, because it's all about luck here. So hopefully we get that changed for you and you can win a lot of money and maybe even a car for yourself. So good luck to you, successful businessman. You guys know how Card Sharks works. Gengaming, you are now the champion, so you're going to be playing the red cards. Successful businessman, you are the challenger, so you'll be playing the blue cards. Good luck to both of our contestants. Let's get started with game number one and question number one. It belongs to you, Gengaming. Here it is. We asked 100 married men, if your wife told you she was really a being from outer space, would you believe her? How many said that they would believe their wife?
I would say 30.
30 out of 100 said that they would believe their wife if they told them that they were from outer space. Successful businessman, is it higher or lower than 30?
Oh, I have to take a bet, so I'm going to go with higher.
Higher than 30. Number of married men who would believe their wife is 17. No, it's not higher, it's lower. Gengaming, you have control of the cards. Now, before you start with the cards, I just want to mention that in our last two episodes of Card Sharks and our first game of this episode, we have been on a roll. We have given away more than 110,000 rupees in cash and cars. Those producers are starting to sweat because I think they're running out of money. But anyways, Gengaming, you have control of the cards. You've got a 9. Want to change it?
I want to play it.
You're going to play the 9. All right. It's a 9. Call this.
It's going to be lower.
Lower than the 9? Oh, no, it's a jack. It's not lower, and that means successful businessman, you get a free shot at the cards. You cannot change this card because you didn't win the high-low question. Your card is a jack. What's the call?
Lower.
Lower than the jack? Oh, no, it's a king, so neither player makes any progress, so we'll go to question number 2. And successful businessman, the question goes to you. We asked 100 people who work in a complaint returns department. Has a customer ever been shocked to find out how cheap the gift he was returning really was? How many said that they have seen a customer shocked by the cheap price of a gift?
Let's go with 85.
85 out of 100 said that they are shocked by the cheap price of a gift. Gengaming.
Wait. Are we talking about the call receivers or the people themselves?
I did not see the question, or I don't remember what the question was because once I hit the button, it goes away.
I'm pretty sure it was the people that were giving like the gift.
But it doesn't matter because I've already submitted your number, and once you give me a number, you're locked in. I'm sorry about that, successful businessman. Gengaming.
I want to say.
Gengaming, higher or lower than 85?
I want to say lower.
Lower than 85. Number of people who work in a complaints return department who were shocked is 65. You're right, Gengaming. It is lower. You have control of the cards. Gengaming, you've got that 9. You want to play it or change it?
I'm still going to play it.
All right. He feels lucky with those 9s. What do you want to call it?
Now I'm going to say it's lower.
Lower than the 9? It's a 6. You're right this time. Okay, Gengaming, a 6 player freeze.
Freeze.
Freezing on the 6. That protects your position and it keeps successful businessman away from his cards. It's time now for question number 3, and it belongs to you, Gengaming. We asked 100 people in Portland, Maine, does your local doctor make house calls? How many said that they do have a doctor who makes house calls?
I'm going to say 35.
35 out of 100 said that they do make house calls. Successful businessman, is it higher or lower than 35?
Lower.
Lower than 35. Number of people who have a doctor that make house calls is 45. No, it's not lower, it's higher. Gen Gaming, you have control of the cards. Okay, Gen Gaming, your card is a 6. Want to play it or change it?
I want to change it.
All right, changing the 6 to 0 and 8, right in the middle. Gen Gaming an 8, call this.
I'm going to say it's higher.
Higher than the 8. Oh no, it's a 5. It's not higher. That means Successful Businessman gets a free shot at the cards. You've got a jack and you cannot change the card, so what's this?
I'm going with lower.
Lower than the jack? It's an 8. All right, Successful Businessman, you've got an 8 now. Do you want to play or freeze?
I'm gonna freeze.
All right, freezing on the 8. That protects your position. And gentlemen, this is the 4th question of the game. That means it is sudden death. Somebody has to win on this play of the cards. Control is very important. Successful Businessman, the question goes to you. We asked 100 married women, if you could get a divorce by just snapping your fingers, would you still be married now? How many said that they would still be married now if they could get a divorce by just snapping their fingers?
I'm gonna go with 55.
55 out of 100 say they would still be married. Gen Gaming, is it higher or lower than 55?
Sadly, I want to say it's lower than that.
Lower than 55. All right, here we go. Number of married women who would still be married is 73. It is not lower, it's higher. Successful Businessman, you have control of the cards. Now, Successful Businessman, this is sudden death. Here are your options. You've got an 8. You're 3 cards away from winning the game, and you can change the card if you'd like. But you have to call all 3 cards in a row correctly in order to win. But if you goof, then Gen Gaming will win game number 1. Or you can pass control to Gen Gaming, Successful Businessman. Gen Gaming's got an 8. He cannot change the card, and he too would have to call 3 cards in a row correctly. And if he goofs, you would win the game, Successful Businessman. So what are you going to do? Play or pass?
Given my luck, I'm gonna pass and hope he messes up.
I think that's a good idea. All right, Gen Gaming, you've got an 8. You must play it. Call this.
Lower.
Lower than the 8. No, it's a 10, and Successful Businessman wins game number 1. He takes the lead in this match. Well done. Well, I tell you, the cards were not very cooperative to either player in that one. Let's see if things change in game number 2. But Gen Gaming, you got to win this game to keep your championship alive. Here is the question for you, Gen Gaming. We asked 100 people, would you approve of a law that said a doctor who failed to cure his patient could not send him a bill? How many said that they would approve of the law?
I want to say 75.
75 out of 100 said that they would approve of the law. Successful Businessman, is the question higher or lower than 75?
Lower.
Lower than 75. Number of people who said they would approve of the law is 39. You're right, Successful Businessman. It is lower. You have control of the cards. Okay, Successful Businessman, game number 2, we've dealt out brand new cards. Your first card in this game is a 4. That's a pretty good card. Want to play it?
Playing it with higher.
Higher than the 4? It's a 10. Okay, Businessman, you got a 10. Player freeze.
I'm gonna freeze.
Freeze on the 10. That protects your position, keeps Gen Gaming away from the cards. Question number 2 belongs to you, Successful Businessman. We asked 100 child psychologists, do you believe that the violence children see on television can cause them to act more violently in real life? How many said that they do believe that it can cause them to act more violently?
I'm going with 68.
68 out of 100 said that it would cause them to act more violently. Gen Gaming, is it higher or lower than 68?
I'm going to say lower.
Lower than 68. Number of psychologists who said they believe it can cause them to act more violently is 76. It is not lower, it's higher. Successful Businessman has control of the cards. Okay, you've got a 10. You can change the card if you'd like. What are you going to do?
I'm going to change it.
All right, that's a good idea. I think 10's kind of a mediocre card. Let's see if we can give you an improvement. That 10 now becomes a 2. Oh, that's a really good card. You've got a 2. Call this.
I believe it's going to be higher.
Higher than the 2. It's a 7. All right, near the middle with a 7. Do you want to play or freeze?
I'm going to freeze.
Freeze on the 7. Again, that's going to keep Gengaming away from the cards, and you're 2 cards away from winning the match. We go to question number 3, and it belongs to you, Gengaming. We asked 100 single women, for $1,000, would you work one night as a streetwalker? How many said that they would work as a streetwalker for $1,000?
I'm going to say 20.
20 out of 100 said that they would work as a streetwalker. Businessman, is it higher or lower than 20?
I'm going to actually go with lower.
Even lower than that. All right. Number of women who would work as a streetwalker is 12. You're right, Successful Businessman. It was lower. Nicely done. Okay, Successful Businessman, you've got a 7. You want to play it or change it?
Please change.
All right. Changing the 7 to a 6. A little bit better, but still not a great card. Okay, a 6. Call this.
I believe it's going to be higher.
Higher than the 6. Oh no, it's a 4. It's not higher. And that means Gengaming gets a free shot at the cards. First time in this game. You cannot change this card, Gengaming. Your card's a 10. What's the call?
Lower.
Lower than the 10? It's a 2. Gengaming, do you want to play or freeze? A 2.
Play.
Call it.
Higher.
Higher than the 2? It's a jack. Okay, Gengaming, you're 2 cards away from tying up the match. Play or freeze?
Play.
And what is the call?
Lower.
Lower than the jack? Oh no, it's a king! And all the way back to the base card you go. And gentlemen, once again, we're at sudden death. Somebody has to win on this play of the cards. Okay, Successful Businessman, the question goes to you. We asked 100 residents of Alaska. Have you ever seen a polar bear in the wild? How many said that they have seen a polar bear in the wild?
I'm going to go with a flat 50.
50 out of 100 said that they have seen a polar bear in the wild. Gengaming, is it higher or lower than 50?
I am going to say that it is lower than that.
Lower than 50. All right. Number of residents of Alaska who have seen a polar bear is 15. Yes, it is lower. Gengaming, you have control of the cards. Okay, Gengaming, we're in sudden death again. Here are your options. You've got a 10. You can change the card if you like, but you'd have to call 4 cards in a row correctly in order to tie up this match. Make 1 mistake, and Successful Businessman becomes the new champion. Or you can pass control to Successful Businessman, who's got a 6. He's only 2 cards away, but he cannot change his card. If he makes a mistake, you would win and tie up the match, Gengaming. What are you going to do, play or pass?
I'm going to trust that he'll mess it up, and I'm going to pass it to him.
All right, passing control to Successful Businessman. Okay, you've got a 6. You cannot change the card, but if you get these 2 cards correct, you will win the match. So with the 6, call this.
Higher.
Higher than the 6? It's a 7. Okay, you're 1 card away, but you're right near the middle. But if you get it right, you win the match. So what's the call?
I'm going to go with lower.
Lower than the 7 for the match. And to become the new champion, is it lower than the 7? Yes, it is. It's a 3, and Successful Businessman is our new champion. He's going to play the money cards. Congratulations. Well played. Anyways, Gengaming, well, it was a short stay for you on Card Sharks. Boy, the cards were just rough on both of you, but Successful Businessman just got a little bit luckier. But you did win 10,995 rupees in your 1 match, so congratulations. Did you have fun playing Card Sharks with us?
Definitely.
All right. Thank you very much for being here. We'll see you again. Okay, Successful Businessman, you are the champion. You ready to play the money cards?
May I have an explanation of the money cards real quick?
Oh, absolutely. Let's get to the board, and I will review the rules with you again. You won 200 rupees. That money is yours to keep no matter what. Now we're going to give you 200 rupees of new money to play with, and you'll be betting that money. Now on the bottom row, you'll have 3 cards to bet on, and then at the end, we'll move you up to the second row, and I'll give you 400 more rupees. Now, when you make wagers, you must wager 50 rupees minimum, and the minimum bet, or the increments, have to be in 50 rupees as well. When you get to the top card, the big bet, you have to wager at least half the money that you have in your bank. And you could change 1 card per row by using the 3 spare cards. And if you have any other questions, you can ask me and I'll be more than happy to explain it. I do have some good news for you, successful businessman. While I was explaining those rules, a joker came up as the first card. So already you have 2 shots at winning the car at the end. So that's a good start. Now, you have 200 rupees. Your first card is a 6. Do you want to play the 6 or do you want to change it?
I'm gonna play it with higher.
All right.
For 50 rupees.
50 rupees. Okay. Minimum bet. 50 rupees. Higher than the 6. Oh no, it's a 3. It's not higher. So you're down to 150, but you have a really good card with a 3. You want to play this one?
Yes, I'm going with higher, and I'm gonna bet 100.
100. All right. 100 rupees. Higher than the 3. It's an 8. Okay, you've got 250 rupees and an 8. You're right in the middle. You're going to change that card, right?
Yes, please.
All right, would you like card number 1, 2, or 3?
I'm going to go with card number 2.
Card number 2. All right, let's see if we can get you a better card. It's got to be better. That 8 now becomes a 7. Not too much better. Okay, 250 rupees. You've got a 7. How much would you like to bet?
I'd like to bet 50. That'll be higher.
All right. 50 rupees. Higher than the 7. It's an ace. Good for you. All right. 300 rupees. We're going to move the ace up to the next row. I'll give you the other 400 rupees. You're up to 700 rupees, and you've got an ace. You cannot lose because it's the best card on the high side. So what are you going to bet?
I believe I'm going to bet it all. That'll be less than an ace.
All right.
Aces are high, right?
Correct. Yep.
Just
That's right. All of it. 700 rupees, lower than the ace. It's a 9. You've doubled your money. You've got 1,400 rupees, and you've got a 9. And now that we're on a new row, you can change the card again if you'd like. A 9, what are you going to do?
Wait, how many cards are in this row?
You have 2 more cards to play with on this row before we get to the big bet.
All right. I got a 9, 700. May I have a minute? Second?
Yep, you can think about it. You're up to 1,400. That's what you're at. We're not at the big bet yet. You're at 1,400. Again, the minimum bet is 50, and you can also change the card.
I'm going to bet 200 that it's lower than a 9.
He's going to keep the 9, all right? And he's going to wager 200 rupees. He's going to save the change, hopefully. Maybe if a bad card comes up again, he can change it then. 200 rupees, lower than the 9. It's a 3! Great card. You've got 1,600 rupees, and you've got a 3. You're going to play it, right?
Yes.
How much are you going to bet?
1,000 that it's higher than a 3.
All right. Good luck to you, successful businessman. 1,000 rupees, higher than the 3. It's a 6. Okay, successful businessman, we're going to move the 6 up to the big bet. You've got 2,600 rupees. Borderline card. You want to play it?
Can I change it?
You can change it. All right, this is a big decision because you can only change it once. Do you want card number 1 or card number 3?
I'm going with 3.
All right, oh, best of luck to you, successful businessman, because you've got to wager at least 1,300 rupees on this card. It is an ace! Oh, that's excellent. You've got an ace. 2,600 rupees and an ace. Let's hear it.
I'd like bet it all that it's lower than the ace.
Oh, this is going to be terrific. If it's lower than the ace, you've got 5,200 rupees. Is it lower than the ace? It's a 2. You've got it. 5,200 rupees. Very well played, successful businessman. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. And not only that, you've got 2 jokers, so you're going to have 2 shots at winning the car. By the way, you're up to 5,400 rupees, so well done. Let's see what kind of car you're going to be playing for. The car is a Suzuki Samurai worth 7,949 rupees. Now, let me tell you something, successful businessman. I have offered this car many times here on Card Sharks. In fact, this is the 12th time I've offered it. I have never given it away, so you could be lucky number one. 7 numbered cards. Behind one of them is the word car. You have 2 shots at it, so give me the 2 numbers that you'd like to put the jokers on, and hopefully you win that car.
All right. I'll take a 5
Number 5.
and a 3.
5 and 3. Okay. He's put the jokers next to 5 and 3. Let's see what the Twitch chat thinks in just a moment. We've got the jokers on 5 and 3. Oh, I'd really like to see you win this car. This would be the 3rd car given away in a row dating back to our last episode. So, best of luck to you, successful businessman. I hope to give this car away. Here we go. Is the car behind card number 5? It is behind card number 5! You've won the Suzuki Samurai! Unbelievable! 3 times in a row the car has been behind number 5. I don't believe it. Congratulations, successful businessman. The car is yours.
Hooray!
How about that? The first time that we've given away the Suzuki Samurai, and now we add up your winnings. You now have a grand total of 13,349 rupees. Excellently played. We will have you in our next match of Card Sharks, and we were going to have that set up for you right after this. Oh, what a start to our episode of Card Sharks. We'll see you in just a moment.